All right. Yay. Well, welcome, guys. And new moon blessings for all of you. Thank you for being here and for practicing with us and sharing this time and this space and the magic of creating that in your own place. Good. All right, this will be our mudra today. So I'll take one hand, lay it in the other, take the thumbs together and lay that in your lap. So it's nice and open like this. You know, the moon is, the shape doesn't change, but the light reflecting off the moon is what changes. So we'll feel here as you close your eyes and settle into your seat. This openness and that, circular shape your arms, your hands are making. And feel that you are almost framing your torso and this place where you might be feeling your breath. And as the moon is in her dark phase, about to rebirth into the light, but in the darkness, this is where we plant the seeds into the dark. This is where we dream. This is where we imagine. Just feel that the soma, the liquid elixir of the moonlight, and that it's dark. Just before we leave this place, feeling your breath moving through you and imagining that you are drawing in the dark of the moon and releasing that darkness from within. Nothing to fear, doesn't mean evil. It's just the dark. And let that dark be a comfort. And keep your thumbs pressed together and bring your hands up in front of your heart. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale as you are. Allow a little bit of space to come between the hands. That same idea of embracing this dark. And into this, friends, we'll open practice and we'll chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Bow your chin, place your hands on your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so I want to start in a wide-legged forward fold, and it doesn't need to be super wide. It's more just like that idea of just getting upside down and stretching your legs a little bit just before we bring ourselves into our relaxed, deeply postures. So just bringing yourself to standing, and your feet are going to go just a comfortable distance apart. So it doesn't be super wide or super close. And you might grab blocks for your hands if you like them. And then just allow a little bit of movement here. So you close your eyes and start to sway your hips or bend one knee and the other. Just stay with this, whatever you're doing here. Your legs could be straight and you could just be rocking your hips or bending your knees and swaying from one side to the other. And then we're just going to drop down into a forward fold. So the hands can stay on the floor If you want to take the hands off, if you feel stable and you want to grab opposite elbows, you can do that. But it is a relaxed, deeply class. So do what feels right. And with your eyes closed, moving into your breath. If you need to move or sway or whatever you need to do, let that happen. And even if you're folding forward, your knees want to bend a lot, that's good too. Okay, we'll take the hands to the floor and lift your head and chest. And you're just going to rock front to back. So you'll rock onto your hands and then back on your heels. And, again, the knees might bend a lot. Stick the butt back and just whatever feels good for you is the right thing to do. Okay. And the next time you come forward, we're going to take a bit of cat-cow here. So you might bend your knees a lot. You just arch your back, tuck your chin, and then as you exhale, lift your head. And we'll just do a few of these. Just to move. And good. And then you can keep going, or if you're ready to just walk your hands back and drop into forward fold again. We'll just take a few breaths. Just opening up the backs of your legs. So maybe you start to straighten your legs just to that place where you feel the stretch happening. And it feels good. Okay, take one more breath. And then just walk your hands forward, legs back, and we'll come into child's pose again just for a few breaths, just to get into the body, open up the feet, the hips. You can have your arms extended or bring them in, rest your head, whatever you need to do. You can even put a block under your head if that's better. And then just allow the breath to be healing, to bathe you. Any place that you're feeling discomfort, do your best to breathe. Okay, from here, friends, we're going to come up to hands and knees and move into cat-cow. So if you need something underneath your knees, place it. And you might tuck your toes under, tops of the feet on the floor. And just moving into your cat-cow. Just let this be this release of your spine, of your day, shoulders, hips, head, breath. You will make a nice inhale as you lift your chin and a noisy exhale as you curl in. Whatever feels is going to take you into this body. Good. We'll just take two more. And then yogi's choice, if you want to take a child's pose or a downward dog. If you want to do that, and you can also just sit for a few moments. You can close your eyes wherever you are and feel your body, your breath. Good. Okay, and then you can bring yourself to sitting. And we'll start on our back. So you can put something underneath your back if you like. You can have something for your head. If you have your heating pad handy, then I always like to put that down and lie on it. So you don't have to, that's not a required prop. So just coming to lie down, and if you need a blanket under your head, just I'll just put it down. And then once I'm down, if I need it to be higher, I'll roll it. Good. Okay. And then legs straight or legs bent, either one. And let's start with the arms just down by the sides. And just feeling the support of your floor. And we're going to stay exactly how you are, legs bent or knees or straight. But as you inhale, take your arms up and over your head. And we'll just let the backs of the hands settle on the floor, shoulder distance apart. And if that's too much, you just take them down to a comfortable place for you. Again, we'll just settle into the breath. And staying exactly as you are, eyes closed. Keep your feet, actually let's do this. Bend your knees if your legs are straight, feet on the floor. Feet are a comfortable distance apart. And start to just sway your knees side to side without letting the soles of the feet come off the floor. So it's not a big movement. Just drop the knees to one side, maybe feel the opposite hip lift a little bit. It's this little movement. And as you do this little movement, we're going to start to add the arms. So as the knees drop to the right, the left arm's going to reach away. And when the knees come back, the arm might come back, and then we'll do the same on the opposite side. So just drop the knees a little bit to one side, reach that opposite arm away. And then it's as if you're climbing like an imaginary ladder, using your hands to help. Just do maybe one or two more on each side. And then rest. You can let the knees come together, but let's keep the legs bent. Take one more full breath in and breathe out. Good. Okay. And then separate your knees. Bring your feet together, the inner edges of the feet together. Take the right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of that knee or the middle of the shin. And you tuck your head a little bit so your chin tucks in. If that doesn't happen naturally, then you're just going to add a little bit of a higher lift under your head. Okay. We're just going to flex and point this right foot a few times. You might match that to your breath. But let's put a little smile on so it's not too serious, and we're not adding any extra tension into the face as you do this. Just pointing and flexing the foot. Feel what the movement does. You maybe feel with your hands what's happening. There's a lot of muscular effort that comes in from doing this. So let's do one more, point and flex. Then let the foot just relax. Let the shoulders relax. Let the thigh move in wherever it needs to go here. And then turn your head to the left. Now, if the right knee wants to start to drop out to the right, you can let that happen, and you'll counterbalance by letting the left knee drop out. So the left foot might walk more to the left. Just find a way to kind of counterbalance yourself. But keep the face very relaxed. Shoulders relaxed.
Keeping your face relaxed.
Good. And then bring yourself back to center. Release that right foot to the floor, and we're just going to pause a few breaths. If you want to stretch your legs out, you can, or keep them bent. Hands can rest on your belly. Good. And bring the left knee into your chest. Change the interlace of the fingers. And just settle in. Let the shoulders drop. Tuck your chin in. Let the breath be the guide. Just allowing everything to soften into this shape. And we're going to add the pointing and the flexing in the left foot. I'm just doing that, like finding that little dance. It's not just the foot, it's the toes, the balls of the feet coming in. Everything is participating. So smile. So don't take any extra tension. Keep breathing. And then let the foot just relax. Everything relax. And turning your head to the right. And letting whatever wants to happen, you know, the left knee drop out to the left, the right knee drop out to the right. You'll see, you know, you'll work with it. So the right foot might be happier walking more out to the right to help. Just be in your body, feel your breath. Be very soft. So you're not doing too much to resist. Okay, and then bring everything back to center. Release the left foot to the floor, and then again, we just pause and just rest. Okay. You're going to bring the knees into the chest, and just rest your hands on the shins, hug them in and out a few times. And then we'll start to make circles with these knees. So they're going one direction, away from you and back in. The hands are maybe helping, and the breath is helping. And feel here that, you know, maybe this is the moon cycle. So as the knees move from your belly and out, that's your inhale. And as they go from out to back in, that's the exhale. So change the direction of your knees. Match that breath. We call it the moon cycle breath. Let's do one more. Full circling. We're going to come back to the circle, but let's just let the feet come down. Maybe your hands just trace along the fronts of your thighs. And then you can rest your hands wherever you need to. And let your shoulders really go. Your jaw go. Okay, take a nice big breath in from new moon to full moon. And then we're going to just make you're going to purse your lips like you're giving a pucker. And exhale your breath through that pucker. Like you're almost whistling. Then take a normal inhale and exhale. And inhale through your nose right to the top. Pause. Make that little whistle shape in your lips and exhale through the mouth. Let's do normal breath in and out. And then a full breath in. Pause. And make that pucker. Release the breath. Normal breath in and out. Okay, bring the knees into the chest. Just hug them in and out a few times. And we're going to go back to that circling. And you're welcome to keep your hands on your thighs. It's going to keep the circling small. And if you want to make the circle bigger, just take your arms down to the floor, palms face down. And then just start to circle your knees however you've chosen to do this. But matching the breath, inhaling and exhaling. And it can just be normal inhale, exhale through the nose or mouth, whatever you're doing. Good. And just finish this last one and then reverse. And just let it be a loving movement. So, you know, if it feels like it's too hard or you're putting in too much effort, just take the hands back to the knees. And after you finish this one, then we'll just hug the knees into the chest for a few breaths and let the feet relax. Jaw relax. And then from here, we'll take the arms over the head and the feet can come to the floor and then the legs might extend. And we'll just take a few breaths here in this extended. Okay, friends, so we're going to come up to sitting. And you're welcome to just roll to the side, press yourself up, or come out of the crypt, as we've been doing. So you take the arms up to the sky, lift your head, take your belly in, and then slowly rise up, if that works. But it doesn't matter, because we're all going to end up in the same place, which is just sitting. Beautiful. Okay, grab your socks and your massage oil. Good. And so I'll say this every time, if you don't have any oil, that's fine. The warmth of your hands is very healing for your feet. So once you have, just start by rubbing that all over. Bless me. Good. Okay. And then start to warm up the sole of your foot with your hands. Good. Okay. Working your toes and the spaces between the toes. And then we're just going to also massage the bottom of each toe. So the little face area behind the nail and just the whole toe. So just give each toe its love and it's rubbing up and down on the parts of the toes that touch the floor. Good. And then do the fronts of the toes. After you've done the backs of the toe, the part that touches the floor, and now do the part that faces the sky where your nails are a few times, just the whole toe. And then we're just going to work these fingers from the top of the foot down the metatarsals. So each toe has its bones. And if you have the thumbs on the bottom of the foot while you do this, that's totally great too. Good. Okay. All right, now we're just going to work this front arch of the foot, and you can use your thumbs or your fist. So right at the arch of the foot, just working that, and I get it nice and warm. Breathe, smile. Good, and then work the middle of the foot. So now take your hand, work the middle of the foot. You could be using your thumbs or this fist. And then the outer edge of the foot. And I'm going to use the fist again. I'm just going to get in between two of the fingers and take that webbing of the finger right to the inner or the outer edge of this foot. So I'm just using my fingers in between with little Tyrannosaurus Rex claws. Okay. And then after you've done that a few times, just massage the whole foot. Okay, then you can take a moment, you can look at your 2 feet if you can see the color, but you can feel, you can even close your eyes if you like, and just feel. And then we'll sock that one up, and we'll do the other one. Okay. Good. So just starting as we did, just massaging the entire foot. And then you're just going to work up to the toes. So you're going to get in between the toes, the inner edges of the toes, the base of the toes. Should feel pretty good. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to massage, or with your thumbs, the bottoms of the toes a few times. So more than once. And then we'll do the nail, the tops of the toes, so the nail side. And as you do that, then you're also going to make your way down the metatarsal bones here at the top of the foot. You can even feel others there. We have all these injuries, like things that happen in our feet, roll our ankles, the tendons, and broken toes. Like they're so vulnerable, these feet. So if you have any of those pre-injuries, it's kind of interesting too to notice if anything's evolved from that. Okay, now I'm going to go to the arch of the foot, and again I'm going to use my fist, just use the knuckles, and right at that arch that's facing you, just Keep going until it gets nice and warm. Notice what you have there. You know, this can be a place too where we not necessarily injure it so much, but it sometimes holds pockets of, you know, calcium, tension, crystals, all this stuff kind of get sometimes stuck here. So once that gets nice and warm, then work to the middle of your foot, the sole of your foot. Keep breathing. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to work that baby toe edge. And again, I'm just going to split the index finger, middle finger, and use that web of the fingers to get a nice massage on the bone of the foot here. You can switch fingers if you like. Okay. And just give it all a nice bit of love. And we'll sock this one up as well. Okay, so from here, friends, we're going to move into a few forward folds. And so you might have something to sit on if you like a blanket. You could sit on just a folded blanket or your bolster. Okay, so I'm just going to do these facing out. But if you want to do it facing your wall, like if you know going down, I know some of you have high blood pressure here, so going all the way down is impossible. You could just rest your hands at the wall and keep your head elevated. So otherwise, we're going to go for it. So, okay. So sitting on something, feel comfortable. And okay, so let's start with cross-legged. Just have the right leg in front of the left. Then you can have them out a little bit. See how you feel. Start with your hands on either side. When I say see how you feel, I mean if you need extra props, you want blankets underneath your knees, your thighs, and you take the time to feel. Are my hips uncomfortable? Do I feel supported here? And then as you're ready, you know, close your eyes, let the chin drop and the head start to hang. And that's going to hinge you forward. Then you take the hands forward and you just find your place. You're not looking to be any place other than wherever your body wants to go. You might stand on your hands, might go to your forearms. Just let the head be very heavy, jaw heavy. And allow yourself to, you know, drop in. As the body starts to open, you might find you can, you know, adjust how you are, go in a little bit more deeply. Or if going in deep makes it too stretchy, you can't relax, then back out. Just breathing fully. And let's take that breath we were doing when you had your lips pursed. But this time you're not going to purse as much, maybe like a 50% purse. And you just exhale through that very gently, like you're just maybe blowing on hot soup. And you might just do like 4 or 5 rounds of that and then return to normal breath. Let that be the invitation to release deeply. Like that new moon, sitting in her darkness, very content. Feel your breath in the back, head hanging, jaw hanging, shoulders hanging. And then as you inhale very gently, bring yourself upright. Let your head be the very last thing to come up. And then once you're here, we'll just pause. Your eyes can stay closed. You can just rest in. Change the cross of the legs. If you need to stretch your legs, then take the time to do that. Okay, once you change the cross of your legs, then pause and feel. You need a blanket between your heels and your knees, or sit up higher, sit up lower. And then just allowing the eyes to drop, the head to drop, chin to drop, and to bring yourself forward into your forward fold on this side. Again, just walking in, really curious and slow, just looking for that edge where your body says, that's good enough. You can just rest here. And turning into your darkness. The head drops, and you're looking in, maybe towards your own heart. And bringing in that gentle exhalation. So you're really more conscious of your exhale than the inhale. So you can bring in that breath for a few rounds, just to bring you more deeply into this. You'll know when to let it go and just be. Steady your breath. Soften your eyes. And very slowly, when you're ready, just bring yourself upright. Again, head is the very last thing to come up. And then just pause in your stillness. Okay. We'll stretch the legs straight out in front of you. And you just move your little toes around, your feet around. And we're going to move into Janu Shirshasana, so it's like tree pose. So we'll start by maybe taking the left leg in, and if you need a blanket underneath, put it there. Okay. And then you adjust, find your place, and we'll just start just sitting. Just take a few breaths and slowly start to turn your heart to face your right foot. So if the left hand wants to come on top of the left thigh or in front of the left shin, just be with this, starting to turn a little bit. Okay. And then stay here, take a full breath in. Release that breath as if you're blowing on soup. Inhale. Now as you exhale, same thing. Close your eyes, let the chin drop. Maybe it's a blow on soup exhale or not, it's fine. Walk your hands forward either side of this leg. And you're just going to pause wherever you need to. You get your forearms to the floor, but you're not looking to go anywhere where you need to really work at being here. So you're just finding that edge. Okay, notice if as you come forward, if your torso, your head is moved away from the right leg, and that's okay. But if you can press the left hand down the way a little bit and bring your torso, your head back over that right leg, if that's happening. Okay. And then just releasing the head, the chin. If the left hand wants to come across to the outside of the right foot, you can add that. But again, you're just looking for that place of comfort and stretch. And once we're in that place, where our breath can stay relaxed and we can smile, then the work is in keeping the breath relaxed and maybe keeping that smile if it helps. Stay in your forward fold. Soften your eyes, your third eye, the jaw. Just let the head be so heavy. Release and walk yourself upright. Keep the head the last thing to come up. And then just be here. Your eyes might stay closed. It might just be at halfway. And then change the legs. And again, you might prop up underneath the right leg. Just find your place here. Okay. And then once you're in it and settled in this leg position, we start by just turning the chest, the center of the heart, to the left toes. So the right hand can go on top of the right thigh or in front of the right shin, if that helps. And just be in this turn, focus. If your eyes are open, your gaze is very soft at your toes. Okay, take a nice breath in. And then blow it out of that very gentle purse. And this time you'll inhale. As you begin your exhale, begin to move into your forward fold. Walking your hands, guiding you in. Nice and soft. And once you find your place, stay in it. And then maybe ask yourself here, what can I let go of? Where can I be in this dark place? And release whatever is holding me back. And sometimes that's just limiting beliefs. Like even as simple as being here and thinking, I'll never get my head to my knee. You might never. But let's get rid of that belief. One day I will get my head to my knee. Let's bring it in. Let's take a few more breaths here, really dropping in deeply through the eyes, the jaw. Not going too deep, but not working enough either. Find that gentle, happy medium. Very gently bringing yourself up and out. And then just sitting, maybe both legs stretch out. And you drop your chin. Eyes can stay closed or they can be very gently open, just halfway maybe. Okay, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and you can prop up with your props if you need it. And then once you're here, just, give your feet a little bit of love. Okay. And just maybe take the opportunity here, use your hands, just massage the inseam of your calves, the knees, the inseam of the thighs, and just rub a little bit. Good. Okay. Good. All right, and then we'll just come to sit and your hands can be on your thighs, behind your back. And we'll just take a nice big inhale. Breathe it out the way we've been doing it. Inhale. And start to begin your forward fold. Eyes closed, head drops, hands move to wherever they need to be. Just letting the head go. Maybe the forearms come in, maybe not. It's very kind and loving. Drop into your darkness. And we're gonna come out, but only to go back in. So just, very quiet, eyes stay closed. Just walk yourself upright. If you need to stretch your legs, give yourself a little break before we come back in. That's fine. But otherwise, this time, maybe the hands come to the inside and we take turtle. And so this is yogi's choice. Hands come to the inside of the legs, you lift your knees up and you walk your arms underneath. You might come onto your forearms. You might just have your hands there. And if that's no good, just go back to where we were. Okay, so yogi's choice of either turtle pose with the forearms underneath the legs, hands to the floor, head dropping. And the feet might want to move farther away from you, or they might want to come in, depending on your hip mobility. You're going to know which one is right. You just really release your head, your eyes. Allowing the weight of the legs, if you're in turtle, to be heavy on your arms or the backs of your hands. Keep your head hanging, your breath nice and even. So an even inhale and an even exhale. One's not leading. Feel your eyes very heavy. And then become aware of where your breath is in your body. Very slowly again, extricating yourself out. Head, the very last thing to come up. And as you come up, you can just sit cross-legged or legs out, whatever works. Just feel. Let's take our mudra that we started with, palm in palm, but switch with hands on the bottom. And just pause here. Just feel. Good. Okay, so we're going to come onto your backs, and I'm going to suggest legs up the wall at a distance. I think we did that last week. But if you don't have a wall nearby and you don't want to shift too much, then that's totally fine. You can just show you what you can do. I just want to have the legs elevated. So if you don't want to move to your wall and you have 2 blocks and a bolster, you'll just create this little, when I say pie, I mean like 3.14 shape. And then you can put your calves on top of here. So you have the legs elevated and your back is on the floor. And if we're coming to legs at the wall, then again, we're not going to go super close to the wall like we normally do. This time you might be like, you find an angle a little bit away. Maybe it might be like 2 hand lengths, a foot length away. And if that feels like it's not enough, the backs of your legs are tight, then go farther. So take your time. Okay, because we are in Relax Deeply and we're going to be there for a little bit, then you might already be in it, which is totally fine. But if you have a blanket nearby and you can put your feet in the middle of the blanket and wrap your legs around, wrap it around your legs so they stay together, then do that. And if that's not available, it's fine. Okay. And then if you need something for underneath your head here, you feel like you need that, then bring it in. Otherwise, we'll just be here right on your back with the legs elevated at a comfortable distance. So you're not too far away, you're not too close. Your legs can relax. Your arms can be relaxed wherever you like them, at your sides, out to the side, above your head, or resting on your body. Just allow the weight of the legs to be heavy. And just feel the whole torso, back of the head, shoulders, back of the heart, resting. Take your awareness now to your sacrum. So right between the hip bones where we normally put the block. And just notice, is the sacrum, is it flat to the floor? Does it feel like you have a little bit of your lumbar curve, like a little bit of the low back curve? And just see if you can accentuate that, almost like you're doing cow pose. You press the sit bones to the floor, the low back's going to lift a little bit, and then you'll release the effort. Just let that be. So we just are inviting in that lumbar curve. So after you've arched your back, then just rest on the floor. So we're going to stay here. I'm just going to have you flex your feet. So just enough so that you get like a feeling of a stretch, maybe through the back of the Achilles, maybe into the backs of the calves. You might feel it in the hamstrings, quads. Just flex your feet and drop into your breath. Nice and even. Inhale and a very conscious exhale. Okay, and then just let your feet relax. And we're going to point the feet now. So as if you were trying to take the pads of your toes to the wall. And if you're on the bolster, you're just pointing your feet. And just stay here again, just breathing. Keep that, point action to your feet. Breathe. And notice if you're taking any tension in your forehead or your eyes, back of the heart, to the jaw. And then let your feet relax. Legs can relax. And then bending your knees. You can keep your feet at the wall if you want to just be there, or bring your knees into your chest just for a few moments and just, a little bit of a back massage. Okay, from here we're just going to move into twist. So you should be okay where you are. If you need to move, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we'll open the arms up to the side. Just take both knees over to the right side and throw prop underneath your knees or between the knees if you need that. Turn your head to the left and just breathe. So allow this shape to be very heavy to the floor. Not looking to do anything, but just be here. Melts a little more deeply through the left shoulder and even through the legs. And coming back to that breath, but like without even really pursing the lips, just nice slow exhale through the mouth. And then just letting that breath go, come back to just normal breathing. Bring your head to center and your knees back up. And then just be in center for a moment with the feet on the floor or hugging the knees into the chest. Good. Then before you move to the second side, just take a nice exhale, sink into the darkness, the support of the floor, burrow in. And then arms can open and the knees can go to the left. And the head will turn to the right. Again, just prop up, make it nice, but nothing to do but just be here and breathe. So if you need an anchor, I'm just coming back to that breathing. Nice releasing of your exhale. Bringing you more into the darkness, more into the release. And just returning to normal breath. Coming back to center, bring your head up, your knees up. And maybe the feet will rest on the floor. If there's space, just take a few moments. Okay. And then we're gonna move into Shavasana. You'll just roll to the side or press yourself up. And I'm just gonna turn away from the wall. I'll bring my bolster in to support the knees and a blanket for underneath the head, if you like that. And then a blanket to cover yourself with. So just going for a flat out Shavasana. If you'd like to do anything else that you like with all your props. We can order pizza. Okay, Hart's gonna get, I think Hart's gonna get the door and the rest of us will get into Shavasana. Once you're settled, just dropping in as quick as you can, releasing yourself to the support of the floor beneath you and of your breath. And if it helps to pay attention to the exhalation as a way of bringing you in, right into your darkness, to your stillness, and then focus on the exhale. And you'll know when it's time to let that go and just be a normal breath. without thinking too much, just letting the body rest as it will. Just releasing yourself more deeply into your rest. Softening behind the eyes, the jaw, tops of your shoulders, soles of your feet. The front of your heart. Your open palms. The insides of your ears. And the back of your skull. And choosing to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. If you wish to start to come out and just making movements in your hands and your wrists, your ankles, your feet. You stretch your arms over your head, lengthen. And bending your knees, and either resting there for a few moments or hugging the knees into your chest for a few moments. So we don't rush this coming out. And rolling to your side and then just resting on your side for a couple breaths before you come up. And just taking that mudra, whatever hand is on top and the thumbs touching, just resting that in your lap. And then bowing your chin to that open energy in the hands, the possibilities and the stillness of your own creative power. You know, the hands, our creative potential, our imaginations. This is the gift to create the life you love. Just feeling yourself resting under the stillness and the quiet of the new moon, and the newness of this moon cycle that will begin tomorrow. And this opportunity to plant seeds of your deepest heartfelt desires. So you don't even need to know what those are. Just feel here that open to possibilities. And into that, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow your chin. Just honoring all that you are and all that you bring, your own creativity and your own heart's desires. And into that, we will release one Om. Inhale. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Just smile. Put in all your love, devotion. Your heartfelt, deepest desires can go in there too. And then lift your chin, open your eyes, and offer this to yourself. Bathe yourself, bathe your loved ones, and we'll bathe each other. I send out all my magic. Thank you, guys. Good. Have a very relaxing rest of your night, and see you later. Namaste.